I started practicing yoga in 2008. At the time, I had a career in the advertising industry, and asana practice was a small part of my life. It started with a class at the gym that I would make it to every now and then after work. Then a studio opened up closer to my home, so I started to practice at the weekend. One day I was late to the class I would usually go to after work, and the receptionist suggested that I try the class that was just about to start. I walked in, sat down, and waited for the class to begin. What transpired in the next 90 minutes shifted my entire perception of what yoga could do. The class was a Jivamukti class. It took me several years of practicing before I considered doing a teacher training. I had a successful career and I had no desire to change it. But in 2014, I had traveled to India for the first time to go to a retreat center. On the last day of the training in India, after our last Ashtanga self-practice, I lay in Shavasana with tears rolling down my face. I didn't know exactly why I was crying, but I did know that something had changed for me. 10 months later, I had left my career to take a 12-month travel break. I wanted to spend that time delving into yoga and spending time in parts of the world that were calling to me. I didn't decide to quit my career, it just gradually happened. I kept wanting to go deeper into yoga, and opportunities to do exactly that kept on presenting themselves. India is everything you've heard and more. Its beauty and its chaos. My memories of the times I spent practicing yoga in India are some of the fondest memories of my life. Mysore, where I spent time practicing Ashtanga, was magical. Whilst I was there, I was totally immersed in the practice, waking up and walking to the shala, waiting on the steps to go in and practicing with a truly international community who may not have shared a common language, but all knew the Ashtanga opening and closing mantra. Practicing mat to mat, the sweat of your neighbor dripping onto your mat, and the feeling of not caring. The time there was a gift. And then always came Goa, a total retreat from the rough and ready capitals of the country. Long beaches, cows drifting, a feeling of calm, meeting like-minded souls who've become lifelong friends. India is potent. There's a reason why it's the birthplace of yoga. Yoga, in the end, is life. It's not this separate thing that we do and then we get on with our life. It is both the means and the end. So it provides us with these tools for how we can understand ourselves better, understand the world around us better, navigate through this life. So by now, I'm no longer seeing it as this practice separate to anything else. It's really just my entire life. 4 years into it, and Berlin is finally starting to feel like home. The initial plan was to come for 3 to 6 months and then move across the world. But yoga brought me here, and it's kept me here. The yoga community is so strong here. I really think it's because this is a city in need of healing, and spiritual awakening is the ultimate healer. And it's such an interesting place to live. It's not always easy, but my spiritual life has grown so much whilst living here. In the end, we all have to return to our lives, taking what we have learned whilst in retreat from the world into our daily life. That's the only way to truly test if these practices are working.
Shiva